What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Buds, Bros, and Superheroes. So if it's your first time coming to hang out, let me just tell you what goes on around here so everybody can be on the same page for the episode. The name Buds, Bros, and Superheroes are the topics of conversations we're going to be having today. So in the Bud section, we're going to be talking about connoisseurs of cannabis, travelers of the green, different products that we have, which is going to be a lot of fun. In the Bros section, wow, since this guest has been on, so we're going to be hanging out, doing that, catching up on things of what we've been working on. And then finally, in the superheroes section, going to be talking about the man from Hell's Kitchen in the big red suit, Daredevil himself. A little bit of Charlie Cox, a little bit of Ben Affleck, some Punisher, more some Netflix stuff. And it's going to be a concoction, a cacophony of conversation, I could say, all about Daredevil. If it's your first time coming here, my name is Nick James. Like I said, I have some rotating guests, and it's been a while since Joe G has been on here, man. Please say hello, and dude, thanks so much for coming to hang out tonight.
Well, thank you for having me back. How have you been, buddy?
I have been pretty well. I can't wait to get into this episode, dive into everything that we're going to be doing. And anybody on the opposite side of that, we are going to be doing that the way that we always do, which is getting right inside of the Bud section. So like I said, in the Bud section, I'm going to be talking about, I have a few strains that I want to talk about. I know that you two have been traveling your green inside, so I want to see, I'm actually more excited to see what you're going to bring us, to be honest. So how about we start there? What are you smoking on tonight, so?
Well, my wife works at a dispensary now, so it's just all different kinds of stuff. But we got, what is it, Gator Breath, and this is a hybrid.
Ooh, by strain?
Yes, it's a yes. Strain is the grower. Yes, it's a hybrid. It's good. I don't have it with me, but one of my other favorite strains that she always brings home is White Rhino.
Oh, okay. So you guys are big Liberty fans then, yeah, because those are the same GPs coming out of there, so that's awesome. I've definitely tried their Dragonfly. Their Dragonfly was really good. I still don't get how they marked it as an indica, though, because it had a lot of caryophyllene in it, so it felt really nice, but then it also hit you pretty good. We recently got the gummies. Not gummies, like that's been fucking confusing, but it's a strain called gummies. And
oh, really?
Yeah. And so a lot of people have been coming in like, oh, you got gummies? And I'm like, yeah. And then I show them the tin and they're like, so there's like bears in there or are they worms? I'm like, no, that's not how this works yet, guys. Like it's just so poor naming on the choice of this the strain name just for the fucking confusion that it's called, to be honest.
Yeah, what else do we? I got some, what are they, THC capsules here. Although I'm not a big fan of that. I'd rather have like an edible because I like to eat. But yeah, what else? What are the other ones over there? What do we got? This is
Insa.
Yeah, Insa, and it's called, what is it called? Grape gasoline. There it is.
Ooh, we didn't get that one. That sounds awesome. What's it looking like underneath? Oh, nice.
Can you see it?
I can. No, that looks really good. It's nice tight buds in there.
Yeah, this one's good. Yeah, so that's what I got today.
Nice. They just dropped OGKB 2.0. Just like everybody's like, I'm like, okay. Last one I tried from them was shit. Ooh, I just forgot the name. It ran out of my head. Come on back. Runts. We got flower of Runts, and everybody was like, you gotta try it, and I did, and I was like, meh.
Yeah, I think it was every time you mention a name, my wife's behind me. She keeps going, because she knows way more than I just smoke it. She knows all the stuff about it, so I'm just like, oh yeah. Runts, though, I think that was the one. Was that the one that tasted funny? I don't know. Like one of them, it tasted like pine, like I don't know. That might have been the one. I can't remember. I could be totally wrong though. So
yeah, after a while they all start to look the same, to be honest. And I kind of tried to keep the jars and like make little notes on them, but there's only so much room. I'm running out of room.
We got so many. There's so many empty ones, which is also depressing. There's so many empty ones. I wish
they are very heavy jars, and then you always think there's a little bit left.
Some
of them
and you could knock someone out with some of these jars.
Speaking of which, yeah, this True Leaf one definitely would do that, but I had to pick this up. Tried some grape jelly. So, like, if I'm not mistaken, this is going to be the Moxie rebrand. And I've had this before in a live resin dart pod, but this is the first time I've ever seen the flower. It looks pretty okay. I was kind of hoping for a little bit of bigger buds, considering it's not their littles, but still pretty okay. Not as dense as I was hoping for.
Oh, yeah.
See what I mean? But
focused right in on it.
It does have a nice smell overall. 24% total cannabinoids, top three being the beta-myrcene, terpenoline, and the beta-caryophyllene, which is nice because the myrcene is the one I'm always talking about. Gets you that nice body relax, while the caryophyllene gives me personally, sometimes it can give people panic attacks, but I kind of like that upbeat. It was not the one that I thought I was going to like out of these two. This is Farm RX I picked up, and I fucking strictly picked this up for the name, which I say all the time, don't do, but then I do it all the time, man. Lucky Charms.
Are they good? Wait, do we have them?
It is.
No.
It's got like a really intense smell on it. And like Farm RX for me, I really enjoy their RSOs the most. I haven't tried one of their carts yet though. But this is the bee's knees, sir. If anybody can, I would pick this up for sure because it's got a lot of limonene in it, 0.86%. And again, to bring it up because I think it's one of my favorites is the myrcene or myrcene. I don't know. Can I get a judgment call? What do you guys say? Myrcene?
What do you say, Mo? She knows. I don't even know what the hell you're talking about.
Myrcene.
What is it?
Myrcene.
Myrcene.
That's how I say it.
That's how she says it.
I would agree that's how I say it, but when I go to read it, because I see the Y, my brain just goes to mir. I gotta get out of that. I think phonetically speaking, it is MUHREEN, SCEN, or I don't know. Anyway, I just stopped pronouncing it caryophyllene, or no, caryophyllene. It is caryophyllene.
Like, I find all this interesting. I'm so lost on what all that stuff means, but because I'm just a fan of smoking it. But she tells me things, and I'm just always like, yeah, I have no idea what.
Pay attention.
I'm trying to figure it out. It's a lot of information. So I'm just like, yeah, it's fascinating though.
It is, yeah. So the thing that everybody's always looking for, the thing you're chasing, is trying to find the entourage effect in which your system has met the correct amount or the right amount or the correct ones, a little combination of everything to be in perfect like homeostasis with one another. And that's like the best that you can go for. And I find that for me, getting closest to that is definitely myrcene. God, I like it. I like that nice. I don't know. I'm not too old yet, but I do feel a little achy every now and then. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a lot of times where I'm just in pain for no reason. Then there's weeks where I feel totally fine, and it makes no sense. It's not like I did anything differently in those weeks to feel better. So I don't know. It's just like right now I feel fine. But like a month ago, my back was killing me. I couldn't move, and it was like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely the back for me too. And a lot of standing recently, a lot more. I went from a job that was sitting to the job that we're talking about now as a dispensary associate or shift supervisor, whatever. Just it's a lot more standing now, and it's a lot on my knees and my hips. I feel sometimes where I'm just like, ooh. So finding high of that.
Oh, you're working at a dispensary?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I started in September.
Oh, that's cool. Awesome.
So far, so good.
Being on your feet all the time,
Yeah, lots of, yeah. On Christmas Eve, we had 3 call-outs and a line out the door. I rang for 10 and a half hours. Just standing in one place, just going like this, working the legs out of just, And yeah, the next day I felt like I liked sitting. I'm not somebody who ever likes to sit, even as we're talking right now, podcasting. I like to stand. And that was a day where I did not want to stand up at all. Like it was pretty rough.
I can imagine. I just finished a new claymation. It's 3 minutes and 16 seconds. So it's the longest thing I've ever made so far. And it took like a month to do. But surprisingly, and this is what I mean, my back did not hurt. Normally, by the end of doing one of those, I can't move. So I'm just like, I don't know if I got used to, I don't know. But I feel okay this month. I don't know why. I just jinxed myself. I'm going to feel like total shit tomorrow. Knock on wood.
That ends up being a perfect segue because I do want to hear more about that. But before we leave on out of this bud section, I am going to ask that everybody tell us what they're smoking on, of course, down in the comments, any tweets on the walls, fun internet things that you can. But we are going to close on out of that. Oh, yeah, let's do it with one of those, sir.
Yeah.
Closing out of this bud section and going into the bros section. So into this, if anybody's not listened to past episodes with Joe, why don't you give him a little bit of rundown? You said you were making something new out of claymation. First of all, just in case we have anybody, what is it, claymation? Just go ahead and give a brief little talk about that, if you don't mind.
Stop motion animation made with clay mainly. It's not 100% claymation because not everything in the frame is made out of clay, but the characters are made out of clay, and that's my main medium that I use. I just don't have enough clay to fill everything. I would make everything out of clay because I genuinely think it looks cool, but budget reasons I use whatever I have and paint and stuff, but the characters are made from clay. But technically Will Vinton created that phrase. It never existed before him because he was the first person, I guess, to make claymation. So I don't even know if you could technically use the term like in a legal sense. I don't know. I gotta look that up because it always says claymation trademarked by Will Vinton at the end of all of his shorts, and I'm like, or his movies. For anyone who doesn't know, Will Vinton is the creator of California Raisins and the Noid, the old Domino's mascot that had a resurgence this past year. Not in claymation form, but the character came back. He also made the show, he animated the show, The PJs. With the
I remember that. Yeah.
There a bunch of other stuff. But yeah, I love him because of the California Raisins. I was and still am a big Raisins fan for some reason. Anthropomorphic fruit just gets to me. Like anytime there's talking food, I'm there. Like I loved Sausage Party. Sausage Party would have been a million times better had it been claymation though. Or I feel like I truly think it would have been a better movie.
I have to tend to agree with that, man. Yeah, the more I think about how they were stylized and looked, the more I think that
I feel like it
would have turned.
It would have made like it's already goofy enough. It would have added another layer of whatever. Maybe we'll remake it with just shot for shot with clay. Nah, that would take way too long, and for what purpose?
But stop motion, just still, dude, that's got to be painstaking of one picture, one frame at a time. Then, normal film is 24 frames per second, so having to do that one at a time and moving them, I got to commend you. I can't. So you just said your last one was how long?
It's 3 minutes and 16 seconds. Took me about a month, but I didn't do it every day straight through. If I did it every day straight through, like 10 to 12 hours a day, I probably would have finished it in a week and a half, but I didn't have that kind of time. But yeah, it's very time consuming.
So can I have a little bit more? Like, what's this one about?
Oh yeah, this is an original thing that I made with me. Me and my friend Zach created these. Jack and Alfonso. Jack's a talking rabbit, and Alfonso's a magician, a terrible magician. That's all. Yeah. The first episode's called The Big Schmear, and it's about a smear ad against Jack and Alfonso and their magic store. That's what it should be out in a couple days. I don't know when this will be available to listen to what we're talking about right now, but hopefully it'll be out by the time you're listening to this.
Nice. And let's just say it is. Where would it be out at?
YouTube. It'll probably be on my TikTok and my Instagram. So Joe Garifo or Clay Nation Show on YouTube.
Nice.
Yeah, somewhere. It'll be out there.
If it'll be out there on TikTok, can you explain to me what is that? What do you do on there? Like other than promote your what are we doing on there? I don't get it still. I'm sorry.
Dude, I don't even know. I have 14,600 followers as of today, and I don't know how.
That's amazing.
I truly don't know how that happened on that app specifically, because I've been posting the same type of stuff across all my social media platforms for like 11 years, never got any type of reaction or interaction like TikTok has, and I don't understand. I still don't really understand how the algorithm works or how that many people saw the stupid little videos. I mean, there's a lot of dancing and trend stuff, and my videos are just things I find like interesting, or clips of old movies or lost media or things I found on old VHS tapes, or like I'm trying to think what's something that I would talk about, like the Sam Raimi Wes Craven, not feud, but like how in each movie they reference their other movie, like in Evil Dead there's a Hills Have Eyes poster in the background, and then in Wes Craven's New Nightmare they're watching Evil Dead, and then in Evil Dead 2 they put Freddy's glove in the work shit like that. That's like a video that I would talk about, that kind of shit, or nostalgic things from the past. But I do that stuff across Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and whatever. But TikTok was the only one where people were like, "Hey, 700 people like this." I'm like, "What?" You're like,
"That's what's up." Yeah, that's cool.
It is. I mean, I like it. It's addictive, but it's a lot of. It's like half and half. There's a lot of really cool stuff on there, and there's a lot of nonsense. Some of the nonsense is funny. Some of the nonsense isn't. So, it's addictive. Watching it. I don't like. Yeah. I get like anxiety posting anything anymore, because like the idea that many people can see what I'm talking about. Like there was a time where I thought that might have been cool. Now I'm like, because everyone has an opinion and everybody's got a so I'm just like, it's just like I second guessed every single thing that I go to post or like do it. The phone just, my mom still has a landline phone. What was I saying? I was right in the middle of something, and I don't remember.
About
what I was
double thinking what you post.
Oh yeah. So I get anxiety about posting anything anymore. So like I have to make sure, did I say every single thing correctly? Like the other day I posted a video about my childhood manager, Edie Robb. And during the thing, I was like, I showed a clip of the Goldbergs because they talked about Edie Robb on the Goldbergs. And I was like, that's not actually Edie Robb. That's an actress playing her. And like, I totally knew she's a famous actress. I just didn't say anything. And so I immediately went to the comments, was like, the actress is Susie Essman from Curb Your Enthusiasm. Like that, like, because I know someone will be like, what, no respect for that? And
well,
I'm like,
actually.
Yeah. And I'm like, no. I know who she is. I'm just trying to say all of this information in literally 3 minutes. So I'm just like, it was just like, there's always something like that. So I'm just like, it's just anxiety, really. Like, just for no reason, for no real reason. I don't know these people. Why should I even care? Like, it's for the most, I like the interaction. It's just, and I'm just trying to share information as fast as you can because there's a 3-minute limit to the videos that you could post.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, so
I might look into that then. I don't know. It sounds fun. 3 minutes, that's not too long. Not a lot to produce, but just enough to get a story across, as we're talking about.
Yeah,
I
so
can do that.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's
Big Body Bigs is always telling me to do it.
I used to be like the social. I still am social. I just get like it's like getting to that social part. It's just anxiety inducing for me now. I don't know what the hell happened. Like, I get that. Like every time I see someone commented on your video, I'm like, oh God, what is it? And like 99% of the time, it's positive or something cool or an interesting fact to add on to what I was talking about. So, but there's always one in there where you're just like. And then you look at their profile and they have no picture, they don't have any content. Like you're always just, so why do I care what this person has to say? It's just.
But for some reason, I fucking do.
For some reason, you're like, you motherfucker. I just want to.
Whenever I read those, I do Kevin's. I don't remember where it originated, but like I try to do the voice that's best like this of like, And like, just that's how I try to take it. It's just a grain of salt. Like, yes, you're right. I wasn't thinking of that at all. Okay, thank you,
Yeah.
person. With a wolf as your last profile picture, and before that, a picture of a leprechaun on March. You know what I mean? It's always the same pictures when it's not a picture is what I was trying to go for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But kind of speaking there of social anxiety and this time of the year, how was your Christmas?
It was fine, I guess. It was well, I mean, I went to my sister's house. There wasn't that many people there, thankfully. I didn't really even want to go because of the world and what's happening. And there's babies there. So I'm like, why? I don't, because my sister just had a baby not too long ago. He's a few months old. So like, I don't, and yeah, it was fine though. I wasn't there long. And then I just dropped off. It was my Christmas was just very low key. How was yours?
Oh, it was good. I did go to my sister's because they were with my parents in that like mother-daughter home situation in which I was living there for a while when I was still finishing school. And so she's got 3 boys now, and we decided to get them for this year a trampoline, like one that they'll all grow into and shit. So like the oldest one's gonna be 6, and the youngest one is still like maybe not even 6 months, like still baby mode. So we're just hoping just to see the 2. And the middle one in there was the one who surprised me and stayed out the longest, dude, and just kept going all day. So we ended up having to set that up on Sunday because it was raining on Saturday. I wanted to get there and do it Friday night, but the aforementioned call-offs just kept me there until like 7 something. I was like, not building a fucking trampoline, not going to do it.
Yeah.
But the Saturday in between is cool. Got to give a huge shout out as always to my mom. She's fucking cool. Got me a nice, cool gift, shield. But the Winter Soldier one when he's in like stealth mode. And it's just one of those things where she's like, I didn't know if you'd like it. You didn't never hinted at her or anything. And I was like, yeah, I think I'm going to love it. So that's pretty fucking cool. And my wife got me AirPods. Because now at the job, I spend a lot of time organizing in the vault and stuff. So I'm hoping to get back into maybe books on tape, get into more podcasts. And at the end of the day, if I just need to listen to music, it's nicer than just playing it out loud and then having everybody else listen to what you listen to too. You feel like weird about it. You're like, oh God, got to make sure none of the Disney show tunes play right now. I don't want them to think I'm a weirdo or nothing.
My wife got me Jay and Silent Bob.
I saw. Cool, dude. How is it?
PS4. It's awesome. I mean, it's a side-scrolling 8-bit beat 'em up game. It's like Double Dragon. Or there's one level I'm stuck on the shopping cart level. It's very similar to the Battletoads hover bike level. Do you remember that?
I don't know what that. No 8-bit here at all.
Battletoads. Well, I'm even talking about like the Sega Genesis version. There's a level with the hover bikes where it's like you side screen, you're on a hover bike, but I could never get past it, and I'm like stuck at this exact same spot. But yeah, I love this. It's awesome. They're making another game called Chronic Blunt Punch, which is another side scroller, but it looks like it's not 8-bit. It's I don't know what resolution the graphics are, but that looks cool. It's not out yet or finished yet, but I will get that when that's done.
So I'm not sure. I was excited to when you showed me. So I don't know if you said the name of the game or not, but it's Jay and Silent Bob. I want to know like what's the story? What's going on? Like, does it
takes place
folk to the wheel?
It takes place right after Mallrats and security's looking for Jay and Silent Bob, and they have to escape the mall and get back to the quick stop. So
Nice.
It's a side scrolling beat 'em up. You're fighting. That's the general gist of the story.
I dig it though. Like I said, a little spoke to the wheel, but it spoke nonetheless of like, so that's what they were doing during that time.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun little game. They're just like the first level you fight like the mini boss in the middle is the Easter Bunny, and then
Nice.
What do you fight at the end? A Mooby. You fight Mooby and a bunch of other view askew characters from the movies and stuff.
That's cool. I enjoy that.
Next time I see Kevin, I have to get him to sign that. Definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm running out of things of his for me to sign. So
I will send
all
stuff to you then. Yes.
like everything that I have that I've had throughout the years, like I've met him so many times at this point, like almost everything is signed.
Nice.
I'm like, every time I see him, like I just get something else. Like he signed my Jay and Silent Bob Chasing Dogma comic a couple weeks ago, which was very cool. Then he made a video for my wife. It's always surreal
Nice.
when I get to see that dude. I love that.
It
dude.
is. And you see him so much on the screen in all the various ways, and then all of a sudden he's actually standing there in front of you, and you're like, holy shit. It is. It's a bit of a surreal thing. Last time I saw him, I was told we couldn't bring shit for him to sign. So, I mean, I was there for the opening, and we had something for him then there to sign, which was cool, but I have a DVD case that has all of his stuff in it that, damn, you know, I wish, but like you were talking about, next time, there's always going to be a next time, especially now too. It seems
He's
getting
always
out a little bit more, you know, like going to
He's always
different
at the
things,
step.
and they just brought Babylon back, so like maybe they'll tour that again sometime. I don't know. That'd be fun to see.
Yeah. Well, I'm supposed to be doing that thing for him. When I saw him a couple weeks ago, he was like, "Yeah," and he told me what it was exactly that I'm doing. I'm not gonna get into specifics because I don't think I can, but I'm supposed to be hearing from him soon, but soon is relative. I don't know when. It could be like in a couple weeks. It could be in like 3 months. I really have no idea. So I'm like just kind of waiting. That's why I'm doing this other claymation short and try to do some other stuff. So I'm keeping busy while I'm waiting to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We've always kind of talked about, as you have had your different ventures with him, really, that his time clock is just not the same. Where I'm sure for someone like him, as busy as he is, entire weeks go by and he's like, oh, it's Tuesday. And they're like, yeah, it's Tuesday of next week, bro. And you're like, oh, okay. You know, I got to do that and shit like that. Especially
He's
too coming up at the end of the year. He's got his own family. So it's been
Oh
his
yeah, I
holiday
haven't
season
thought of
and
him
stuff
again
like
until
that. Oh, yeah, I know. I can't imagine just every day having somebody come to you like, you ready? And you're just like, okay. You know, I just got to get up and go somewhere and move stuff all day. It's just, I don't know. It seems like a crazy life. Kind of speaking of both those things, though, and then adding in a last thing to talk about is I really hope they do Hollywood Babylon New Year's Eve party. And I really hope they put it on the internet and like stream it, or I don't know. I miss that so much. It's been a while since we've seen it. So I really hope that happens. But also, too, wanted to talk about then, do you have plans for the new year? I think this is going to come out on New Year's Day, actually.
Oh,
Whatever Saturday is. Is Saturday the new day, the new year? Is it 2022? Are we time traveling right now? I think so.
I think so. Happy New Year, everybody.
Yeah.
I don't think we're not. I mean, with everything going on, we're not going anywhere. We don't really go anywhere or do anything New Year's Eve anyway. But like, because everybody's boring now. You know, we don't have kids, but all of my other friends do, and we were gonna go to our friend Brian's house, but I don't know if that's still happening because he wasn't feeling well this week, and I don't know. So I don't think that's happening now. So probably just chilling at home.
Nice. I know. I got to sneeze again. Sorry. Give me a second.
Up. Bless you.
Thank you. That was a big one. My bad.
Yes. As we're talking about being sick.
No, that was just a straight up tickle. I don't know what it's been. There must be either stray hair or something up there. And this whole time that we've been talking, it's been moving.
Yeah.
But as far as New Year's Eve, I know that I'll be at work. We have to do a big inventory. So everything's going to shut down and we get to count everything, which just flat out, it's a lot. I mean, it's so many pieces of everything and they need to know, and nobody wants to do it. So everybody who has to be there is going to be there. So, but sometimes having it small also helps. If there's like, I don't know, what is that? Too many cooks in the kitchen or something like that. You just have people rushing and shit. And
too many cooks.
But my sister's birthday is the 1st. That's Saturday, but I should have off, so I don't know if we'll swing by and like do the night kind of like 3, 2, because I'll probably just want to go home and go to sleep. You know, we'll see her Saturday and wish her a happy birthday then. I don't know.
Yeah.
People are going out in droves, dude. Like, we were just watching the football game and everybody was like everywhere. So I'm with you of like, I'm not there yet. I don't understand people who want to get together in giant patches. I
was never a fan of big groups of people anyway. Like even concerts. I love live music, but at the same time, I don't like groups of people. So I was never like a big concert. I've been to a bunch, but like I still always stood in the back. I was never up front. Like there was even as a kid, I was never up front. I was like, I don't want to be in that. That looks like a nightmare. It's like, I don't know. It's just how and I like people. It's weird because I feel like I'm saying like I hate people, but no, I like being around individual people. I guess what George Carlin said. I love individuals as I meet them, but I loathe the groups and the people they represent or whatever. I don't know. No, I guess it's not that 100%. I'm an idiot, so.
Well, now, kind of speaking of Kevin reminds me of Randall. It's like you hate people, but I love gatherings.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel the same way. Yeah, it's not that I hate being around all of you. Like, I'm happy that you're happy doing your thing over there, but you stay over there, and I'm at the back of the concert, and I'm happy. Like,
but I love
sound like the same person in that sense.
But
I don't want to be up in their grill.
Like, I love socializing with people, though. So it's not like. I guess I just don't like assholes, and there's a lot of assholes, but there's a lot of really great people too. But the assholes give me such anxiety that I don't want to go anywhere. Like it's so bad anymore. Plus, this pandemic has not helped. Like people not being around hasn't really been that much of an issue, and now all these people are going everywhere, and now I'm like, oh.
No, I feel exactly. I know. I am on the same page of feeling that of. I understand. Fucking assholes, dude. Pretty much. It always then reminds me of World Police. You know, you got 3 types of people in the world.
Pussies, assholes, and things. When I was leaving, like this is what I mean. When I left my Spider-Man showing, like when I saw Spider-Man No Way Home, I saw it opening day at 4:00 in the afternoon. So it was the first showing of that specific theater. And as I was leaving, one of the kids that saw it on the way out just screamed like, "What happened?" And like,
asshole.
I wanted to fucking punch him. Like I was so I wanted to fucking punch but I would have been wrong. Like it's just like, people we're so excited to see that, and not that it would have really ruined the movie, because even if you know what happens, it's still an amazing experience to watch it. But at the same time, like people don't want to know that shit. You're not funny, and one day someone's gonna do that with something you care about, and you're gonna be pissed off. Well, it might not be a movie, but it'll be something. It's like I don't know.
Eventually, yes, that person shall get their comeuppance.
But it's also like a teenager, and this is what I mean. Like it's like I know kids were assholes back then. I'm not saying we were great as kids. No, I remember being in the Lizzie McGuire movie because my girlfriend at the time wanted to see it. I swear. I swear. I don't remember what the
It's okay.
Happened.
It's all right.
No.
My cousin loved Miley Cyrus. People have their thing.
I think that was who wasn't Lizzie McGuire. That was that Hillary Duff?
Yeah.
Was that Hillary Duff?
Yeah, I said you're a Duff man, just like Homer.
I'm a Duff man. No, I did have a crush on Hillary Duff in Casper Meets Wendy when I was a child. Because
my God.
Yeah, we're the same age, so that's not weird. We're literally the same age. So when I was that age, I was like, she was probably one of my first crushes, honestly. As like a little kid, I was like, Yeah, we are the same age, right? I'll just make it short.
31? 1990?
I'm 1 year older. She's 34. I'm 35. So, but yeah, we're relatively the same age. Her and Christina Ricci in Casper.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
So you just liked anybody who was fucking with Casper, actually, was what you liked.
that's true. I just realized both in the Casper movie.
Yeah. No, you just like Casper.
No, Christina Ricci was. I'm just thinking of and Alex Mack from The Secret World of Alex Mack.
Oh, true.
Those were like my first crushes as a little kid. Yeah, I don't know why we went off on that tangent. But
It'd be amiss if I didn't say Amy Jo Johnson was also on my list.
And Granger, of course. But yeah, I was like, then I had like crushes on weird people like you'd never expect. Like for some reason, I thought, and I still do, but the woman from Tremors, I just had a crush on her.
Never seen it. No.
You never saw Tremors?
No.
With Kevin Bacon? Oh man, great movie. B movie fun. Worms Underground. But no, but if she is an attractive woman, I just don't think anybody would be like watching that movie and be like, oh my God, she's hot, like as a little kid. But for some reason, I was like, I just really thought she was very attractive. I was just like, I don't know.
Hey, did you ever find Bugs Bunny attractive when he dressed up like a girl bunny?
No. No.
I knew you were like one of 3 people to get that reference, dude, just in case anybody's like, where the fuck are they talking about? It's a sweet Wayne's World reference. But that's so fucking funny, dude. Thank you.
The second Wayne's World reference I made today. I did the great technically it was the Grey Poupon, which was a commercial, so I was referencing the commercial really, but I still remember that commercial because of Wayne's World. So it's just, do you have any Grey Poupon?
Yeah, I don't think I ever saw that live. I only knew about it from that and then learned about it later on.
Yeah, I've seen it because of things that my dad taped off television.
Yeah. But, sir, we could pick up a segue that we left in the past when we were bringing up No Way Home. It's a bit of a spoiler, though, so I'm happy to know you're on the same page. Anybody out there who hasn't seen it, we'll get a bit of a spoiler, but I think it's been long enough of leading us into our superhero section where we're going to be talking about Daredevil.
Yes.
So now some people are like, what the fuck is going on? I thought we were talking about Daredevil. Why is he bringing up Spider-Man? I got to do it, dude. We got to just rip the chain right above. Is that okay with you?
Yeah. That's just why I suggested talking about Daredevil anyway, was because my wife had never seen the show, and we went to go see it. Spoilers from here on out. Well, spoilers already, but here was for Spider-Man. But when we went to go see Spider-Man, Matt Murdock, Charlie Cox as Matt Murdock from Daredevil shows up in the movie. And my wife knew who it was, but had never seen the show, so she had no context as to what was going on really. So now we went back and we've watched the first 2 seasons at this point. Now she's interested. She wasn't interested when I wanted to watch it when it was coming out. So I had to watch it myself. But because he showed up in Spider-Man, she wanted to watch it, and now she loves it. So that's good. At least she gave it a shot now. I told her it would be good.
It's one of those things that, was kind of leaked on the internet, or at least super, super hoped for. So to say I was 100% shocked, I can't. And I'm a little bit annoyed by that. Back in the day, I don't even know how long ago, it wouldn't have been possible. It could have been a really cool thing, but there was a little bit of hoping for it as we were watching it. So when it happened, I can't even say I was 100% excited, but I was 99% excited. I did the same thing where I turned to my wife, Meg, and I say, oh, it's Charlie Cox. It's Matt Murdock. And she thinks now she's looking for 2 people, because my wife doesn't play the name game that very well with me, as considering I play it as high as I do. When you say those, I automatically know, but to know Charlie Cox is one specific skill, and then to know Matt Murdock is one skill, and then to know Matt Murdock's also Daredevils, and it's a lot of things that I have now been showing her over years. So she's just looking at me. I was like, there used to be an entire series on Netflix that had these characters called the Defenders, and Matt Murdock was the one who started with Daredevil, and that's him. And like, I just got it all in one burst, and she just looks at me like, okay. But
Yeah.
I was very excited.
Yeah, no, I love the show, so I was very excited to see him pop up. Plus, that movie in general was just so good. I just want to say that it was like it lived up to all the expectations I had and surpassed it. Like, it's very rare when that actually happens, where I was just like. Also, like, I guess spoiler again, but literally every internet rumor about that movie wound up being true. Like, every one of them. Every one
of them. Yeah. If anybody's out there, we don't have to spell it out. If you read a rumor about it, it is 100% true. It does. Yeah. Like, how do you feel about that? You know, to kind of go off on a weird tangent of just, don't you wish there was any surprise anymore? We can't keep away from it. I know I never looked up any spoilers. It's just.
No, I never did either. It was just people speculating, but they were right. Like,
correct,
so
yeah.
It was like, well, I don't know how much of it was people actually knowing what was happening and spoiling it, or just like people hoping that was what was going to happen, and then it happened. But I did love that movie. I thought they handled everything very well, and it was just fun. It was a fun movie.
It was.
I liked Ghostbusters.
I did, yeah. Yeah, I like this.
I liked Ghostbusters. I had one major issue with it. The side tangent on Ghostbusters randomly.
Always welcome here. Yeah, no, 1,000%. There's never not enough time for Ghostbusters. Is that a double negative? Could be. Anyway, what?
No, it was just Ghostbusters. Just I enjoyed the movie.
Yeah, no, I need to know that one big thing that you didn't like now, though. Like, you brought it. I can't just leave that dangling. Like, what?
All right, spoilers for Ghostbusters. Okay, people. So if you haven't seen Ghostbusters Afterlife and don't want to know this one specific thing, well, when Phoebe calls, right? That's her name, right? Phoebe calls Ray for help, and Ray's like, Egon Spengler can rot in hell. And I literally was like, what? And then he goes on this like little speech about how Egon lost his mind, babbling about the end of the world, and I'm just sitting there like, they saved the world twice together, from a giant marshmallow man and a guy in a painting. Why would they not believe Egon why wouldn't they believe him if he thought the world was going to end? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. It just doesn't. In no universe would I could see maybe Peter Venkman and Winston being like, no, we're done. But like, I would never see Ray being like, Egon's fucking crazy. Like, that's just not, I don't know. It just felt so out of character that's it. The rest of the movie, I thought the kids were great. Podcast was surprised. I thought he might be annoying, but no, he was genuinely a fun character.
Agreed. Fucking A, man. That's the same thing I thought.
Paul Rudd was great, and I did see loving the original cast together. I just wish they were in it more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's why, like, you look at like Spider-Man, and you're like, whoa, they gave you what you wanted in that damn movie. Like, this one. And I know it wasn't about
fell a little short, yeah.
That's all. It was just, I enjoyed it, but I feel like it could have been a little bit more. It could have been a little bit better, not more. I don't know what the hell I was going to say there. But yeah, everybody else was great. I liked the movie overall, but that one thing just felt very uncharacteristic for the Ghostbusters. It just felt odd to me that they would be like, no, Egon's crazy, and then Egon would like abandon his family. Also seems very uncharacteristic of Egon in general. Also, who is Egon's
mate?
Yeah, who? Not that it matters, but they don't mention
it kind
her
of
at all.
Yeah, I agree.
Like,
I was very curious of what was going on there.
One mention of the mother in that movie, and I was like, it
Why?
doesn't need to be a person, but it's just like he abandoned us. Well, what happened to your mother? What happened to her? Is she alive? Is she dead? What happened to the mother? That was a thing. That was another thing where I was just kind of like, what is it, Janine? Like, I'm just confused. Like, why was Janine there? She was taking care of the bills. Why? Why was Janine still on his side and not the other Ghostbusters? I'm very confused. And this is where I think a series could have been good instead of a movie, because I feel like they could have done what they're doing with Cobra Kai with the Ghostbusters in this way, where all the old actors could still be in it and do things, but not have to be there all the time. And I don't know. I feel like that would have been a cool thing to do with
Yeah,
this.
I would agree that there was definitely a few things in which I was just like, okay, very strange. Definitely did not stick the landing. When you sit and pick it apart, it is a bit easy to pick apart. And exactly the things that you're talking about right now. Just like, how can they not believe the guy who saved them so many times, who was right all the time, and surprise, surprise, was fucking right again this time?
Right.
Fuck you guys.
Because
But
I'm sorry I didn't believe you. Well, why didn't you believe me? We went through this twice before, dude. Like,
yeah, this
I
is
don't
literally the same thing over
I don't
again.
know.
Like, come on.
That's the only thing where I was just kind of like, I don't know. That felt so weird to me and out of character. But back to Daredevil. The Daredevil's in Spider-Man, and that was so cool. That was
Now,
so
were you happy that he didn't go full Daredevil? That technically,
Yeah.
quote unquote, to be an asshole about it, Matt
It's
Murdock was in
Matt Murdock.
Spider-Man.
Matt
Were
Murdock.
you expecting somewhere in there at the very end maybe to get some horn action? But
No, I think it was fine. It made sense. He was their lawyer, and that was what he was
Agreed.
there for. It was
fuck yeah, dude.
not even 5 minutes, but it made
It
he
was a
wasn't
good 5 minutes.
Yeah, no. It wasn't just fan service. He's a lawyer. That character is a lawyer.
It makes sense, correct.
to
It
be
makes
there.
less sense to use anybody but Matt Murdock when you need a lawyer in a New York in a Marvel movie. It just
We also
that's
just
how you
started.
play well together, in my opinion. That's what's good. You don't need them all to punch up like the Defenders. You just need this guy to come by and do his job and catch a fucking brick out of nowhere.
I was watching Jessica Jones. We're watching Jessica Jones, me and my wife, and towards the end of season 1, they keep saying like, I need a lawyer. What's her name? Carrie Ann Moss. Her girlfriend got arrested, and she's like, I need a lawyer, and I'm like, they should get Matt Murdock. Like, I'm just thinking like, but he's not on that show. Of course there's other lawyers, but that would have been a way to have him on the show. I just expected at that point, like, you're just expecting, Matt Murdock will show up, but I don't think he does. I don't think he does on Jessica Jones, right?
I didn't go through that 100%.
I didn't.
So
I never got to, I will now, but I never got to season 3. I don't think I watched season, because right around then is when everything got canceled, and I was like, well, I'm not even watching. I even didn't watch season 3 of Daredevil for a while, and then I went back and I was like, this is so good. I don't know why I didn't watch this. It was because it got canceled, and I felt like, man.
I got time now. That's exactly how I feel. So I'm happy to be going. I know for sure I got through all of season 1, and I am going through back with my wife watching that. Season 2, I know that I made it to some Punisher stuff. Definitely didn't finish, so I'll be watching season 3 hopefully pretty soon, and that'll be my first time. But to backpedal to season 1, one of the things that I think you tweeted about too that I liked is like, we don't get a man in nubby horns. We don't get the guy in the Daredevil suit, and like, it's not something I personally saw coming. Even back then, and watching it now, I'm like, it's so genius.
Yeah, my wife said we were on like episode 8, and she was like, when does he get his nubs? Because every episode starts with you see his out in the intro. So, I was like, they're coming. They're coming. You'll see them.
It'll take a while.
It'll be here. They'll be here.
Yeah.
Patience.
Yep. And it pays off though, dude. And I kind of like his light approach to it. Very, what's the word? Sneaky. I don't know. I'm trying. That's not the word I want to use. Anyway, it also looks comfortable and flexible because the martial arts in this show is like the choreography is pretty fucking awesome. We're doing season 1, and a lot of his back alley shit is pretty hardcore.
That one.
And a lot of the cinematography is hardcore of just like one shot, hallway, 15 guys versus Daredevil, go.
My friend Jason, my college roommate, Jason Rahaley, he worked on every one of those Marvel shows in the camera department. That's my dog clicking around. If you're hearing click clacks, that's my doggy. Got to talk about Kingpin, Vincent D'Onofrio as Wilson Fisk. God damn, that man is brilliant. So good.
Very hollow, very frighteningly well edited. Correct. He is very good.
Spoilers for Hawkeye as well coming up. Are you caught up with Hawkeye? Have you watched?
I am not caught up, although it has been spoiled, so it's not a spoiling for me now. It's been done.
Oh, so you know already. I apologize. That's why I asked. I didn't say anything. But Vincent D'Onofrio is Wilson Fisk again. So that's really cool.
Like, was he in it?
Mm-hmm. I don't want to ruin it for you. That's why.
No, I don't give a shit. Fuck it.
Oh, all right. Yeah, no. The big bad of the season is him. He's only in the very last episode, like physically. But
he physically is there. It's not just like him on a screen or some shit like that.
No. He's physically there.
That's awesome.
According to him, it is the same exact Kingpin and not a variant. And according to an interview that I read with him, but I could be wrong. But it seems to be because Charlie Cox was in Spider-Man and he's in
piece of the puzzle.
Why wouldn't it be? I know he seemed a little bit stronger in Hawkeye, but I think that's like
in jail, yeah.
In jail, he was bench pressing like I don't know how heavy those weights were, but they look pretty damn heavy. I'm not a bodybuilder. I'm terrible at that stuff.
It's like 45 per plate, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I mean, what is that? 180 on each side, 360 plus the bar if he's got a few on there. Like that's a few of me. Yeah, that's craziness. But you're right. He does play a really amazing version of the character. It would be a little weird, or not weird. Maybe that's not the word. I don't know. I'm coming at such a loss of words today. Sorry.
I was going to say, I don't think it's a J. Jonah Jameson situation where they got the same actor to play a different version of the same character.
Oh, yes, I understand.
I believe it is the exact same Kingpin.
In terms of the Kingpin, yes.
But Hawkeye was surprisingly fun. To be honest, I had zero interest in any of the Marvel TV shows because I was like, why do we need the TV show? And then I watched every one of them, and I was like, I guess the one I liked the least, and it wasn't even bad. I just was Falcon and the Winter Soldier was my least favorite of the shows. I enjoyed it, and I didn't dislike it. It just was my least favorite. It was like I wouldn't watch it again. I was just kind of like, it was fine. All the other ones, I was like, wow, these are pretty damn entertaining. And even What If, like I had no interest, and then apparently that's important. If you saw the Doctor Strange trailer, I don't know if you saw.
I did, yeah. Apparently that is important now, but I mean, I didn't love that. I didn't love the What If.
Yeah,
it was okay.
It was fine, but I'm saying I wound up watching it. Is what I mean. I say I'm done every time, and I'm like, I keep watching it, and I'm like, it's addicting.
Oh, for sure.
It's just like I don't know why I would complain about this stuff because, like, as a kid, I'd be like, this is amazing.
Correct. Yeah, if that was all the Marvel that there was, it would be the best thing ever.
What do you mean? I get literally a TV show or movie about every single character ever? What? Back then, it was just Batman, Superman, and until Spider-Man came out, Blade was in there, and we had like Spawn and stuff. But none of them were like, besides Superman and Batman.
They eventually were able to meet up for World's Finest. Yeah, that's a good one.
Speaking of Batman, there's going to be Michael Keaton's Batman's going to be in Flashpoint.
And then apparently in Batwoman as well.
Really?
Somebody said, I thought I read something about that this won't be his very last time that he's signed on to do a Batwoman, not the CW show, HBO Max show or an HBO Max movie.
Something.
So maybe not even Batwoman because that's on. Maybe it's a Batgirl.
There's so many Batman. So many Batmen.
The Bat cells, yeah, they fucking love that shit, dude.
There's also Joker. There's different Jokers.
No gadgets, no billy clubs, hand to hand. Bruce Wayne versus Matt Murdock. Who wins?
Matt Murdock.
I would have to agree. Yeah, I don't know. It would be.
Because somebody will go.
Batman know that he's going in versus a meta.
Yeah,
though.
does Batman have prep time? No,
Exactly.
Batman has no prep time and he has nothing on him. Who wins? Matt Murdock. Because he's got superpowers. That's what I would say. But how much prep time does Batman have?
You don't think that Bruce Wayne would be able to find an exploitation before getting his ass beat, like some sort of sonic grenade or I don't know.
You know what? You're right. Bruce Wayne would probably know Matt Murdock is Daredevil and that he's blind, so he'll probably use some kind of sonar or something to block his ability to. Yeah, I guess Bruce Wayne would. That's why I hate Batman.
Or even like if you remember the end of Spider-Man 3 when Toby's trying to get the venom off of him and he's using all the pipes to bang, like that would probably fuck Matt Murdock's day up pretty well too, you know? Like you don't need gadgets. He just needs to know phonics enough to be like, well, fuck, his ears are going to bleed.
Assuming Batman doesn't know anything about Matt Murdock being Daredevil.
Yeah, exactly. But usually he does win. You're right.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it would be Batman, I guess.
So kind of to blend these, do you think we'll get further Charlie Cox in future Avengers projects, like in movie projects, or do you think maybe he'll kind of be the glue like Vincent D'Onofrio was for Hawkeye and we might get him in more TV stuff? What do you think's the future for this guy going forward?
I think I read somewhere, once again, this is total rumor. I'm not 100% sure if this is true, but I heard that he might be in She-Hulk, the She-Hulk series. And I saw something yesterday. Once again, don't know, but apparently like a Deadpool 3 situation. I don't know. I think I would
enjoy to see that as well.
I mean, I would love to see that. I don't take my word for it. It was probably just a photo. That was a Photoshop photo that somebody put online, and then I say that someone's like, "Jamaica Deadpool 3," and Charlie Cox is in it. No, I don't know. I don't even know. I thought Ryan Reynolds was taking a break from acting, so
that's what I thought too. So
is he
definitely not filming Deadpool 3.
If he took a break, is he gonna not break if they want to do Deadpool, or is it just gonna wait for him to be done his break?
I mean, every day he's not working, he's on a break. So any day he stops, he's off break. So yeah, I guess the second it's done, he can do it.
I guess. I don't know. I mean, I love Ryan Reynolds, and I want him to keep playing Deadpool. So,
agreed. Very much agreed.
You know, he wants to spend time with his kids, so I understand that as well.
Before we go, though, I did want to talk about, as we are talking about Daredevil, that this isn't the only time we've had Daredevil on screen. We did get a Ben Affleck Daredevil.
Yes, we did.
How do you feel about Ben Affleck Daredevil?
Well, I mean, I did not like it when it first came out. I was always like, ugh. There's a director's cut version that is watchable. I do enjoy that one more. And I kind of like lessened my hatred for it as like, I hate how my opinion on movies when I was like late teenager, early 20s. I hate myself back then because I was such an ass, like just a snob. Everything sucked, and it's like But then I wanted to make movies. So like you just can't have that attitude about everything. You know what I mean? That Daredevil movie, I don't hate it anymore, like I did back then. I prefer the director's cut version. I hate the Elektra stuff. Like that fight scene in the park is like the worst thing.
That is, yes. Out of everything, if that could get cut out, that would definitely help the movie a little bit.
I'd be like, all right, this movie's fine. It's fine. It's a perfectly cromulent film. Simpsons reference for anyone who might not know.
That came out in 2003, so yeah, 13-year-old Nick at the time dug it, and then it settled in a little bit, and I was like, that scene that we're talking about, so he's
that's when
trying to
that
get
came out?
Jennifer What?
I said that's how young I was. Okay, so I would have been 2003.
18.
Yeah, 17, I think.
17.
Because 2004 is when yeah, something like that. 17.
In that betweener time,
I'm
yeah.
terrible with math. Listen, it was like we could literally just do math. Be like, how old was I in 2004?
18.
18. But see, I don't think so. Because
No, it's 2003, so you were 17 then.
17. See, there we go. But I was 16 for most of that year because my birthday's in November.
Mm-hmm.
So could have been 16. This doesn't matter at all. So I'm just like,
But I still, when it came out first, I enjoyed it at that younger age, and then it didn't age well, and now in this almost renaissance of Marvel film, to go back and kind of see like, oh, look how hard they tried. They were doing stuff with this guy, and honestly, Ben Affleck, I like Ben Affleck. I could watch him. I like Jon Favreau, which is funny, because he played Foggy.
But he's not happy. He is happy in that.
And he's happy as well, yeah. Like that whole thing where he puts mustard and the honey, and they switch up to like, swish.
Swish. And this is it. Yeah, no, I love Jon Favreau. Yeah, no, even Coolio in the director's cut. Coolio's in the movie for some reason.
Of course, why wouldn't he be?
Yeah, no, I enjoy it sometimes. The director's
Some parts.
Like I said, that Electra fight in the park is just cringeworthy. I don't know what that was about. I don't know why they're dancing on the seesaws and
That's the same shot that I see in my head when I think of that. Does every guy have to do this just to get your name? You should see what they have to do to get my number. And it's like, oh, Jesus, cringeworthy as fuck right now. However,
Our boys in it,
she got a spin-off from that.
I have that movie, but I've never seen it. The Jennifer Garner one. And my friend sent it to me as a joke because up until last year, I owned every Marvel movie on some sort of physical media, like everyone that's ever been released, not just the MCU, except Elektra. And my friend had it Amazon Prime shipped to my house as a joke. So I have it. I still haven't watched it yet. But
very few, even fewer concepts in that flick that I enjoy. The only thing that stands out in my mind that I can really think of is just a guy with spoilers. Do you care about?
What, Elektra?
Yeah.
You could spoil it. It's fine.
A man has tattoos and they can like come out. So he's got like a bird tattoo on here on his neck and it can crawl out of him and be a real bird and like spy on people and he can know. And then it comes back in and like lands on him and it's a tattoo again. Like that idea always fucking stuck with me where I was like, that's fucking gnarly. So he's got like a wolf on his chest and it can again run out and do shit for, I don't know. That idea is the only idea where I watch that movie and I'm like, there's something okay here.
It sounds like it could have been like a Tales from the Crypt episode or something like that, or a creep show. Like someone gets a tattoo and it can leave their body and do horrible things or an X-Files episode.
Yeah, definitely X-Files episode.
That was in Elektra. So that's.
But it was, exactly. That's how I feel about that shit too. Such a good idea, but it's in Elektra, so nobody's ever gonna know about it except for the one guy.
Oh man. Yeah, no, I was. I mean, nothing against it. I'm sure people like it. I've never seen it, so I can't really judge. But I just never had any interest. So.
We all only have 24 hours a day, so the fact that you come here and hang out with me for any amount of it really does mean a lot to me, sir. So thank you. Thank anybody who also took this hour to come and hang out and be part of this. Super duper appreciated. Word of mouth would always be great because if you have a friend who likes Buds, Bros, and Superheroes, I've got a show for them. My name is Nick James. I've been hanging out with the great
Joe Garifo.
Buds, Bros, and Superheroes are out of here.
Bye, everyone.